Alright, everybody. Welcome to my world. So I feel like what I have to do right now is I owe you guys an explanation. What happened? What happened to the hardcore world? What happened to One in the Chamber? What happened to my Minecraft videos? And I can give you guys that explanation, but it's a bit of a sad one. 6 months ago, in October, Bedrock Edition released an update. A terrible, awful update. Possibly the buggiest update in Minecraft history. People's textures were turning pink. Everything was like corrupting. Worlds were being deleted. And unfortunately, in terms of worlds being corrupted, I was one of the victims. You see, I played on Halloween that day, logging in and trying to build something Halloween related in my forever world when the game crashed. Now, normal Bedrock stuff, right? They have bugs like this all the time. I thought they'd fix it eventually. But my heart started to pound when it kept crashing. I waited a month, and then I played again, and it crashed again. So I waited 2 months, played again, it crashed again. It was fine on servers, but on all of my worlds, the game would not stop crashing. So I had to accept it. I accepted defeat. My game, my worlds at least, were corrupted, and there was nothing I could do about it. And you might have noticed, I have an attack cooldown now. Yup, we've switched over to Java Edition, baby. And honestly, I'm never gonna look back. I am never looking back. I don't trust Bedrock Edition one bit anymore. So I created a new world. This is my new forever world, and you might have noticed it's in hardcore mode. Though this isn't the hardcore world. Because if we go into my house, you'll see I died on day 147. It's day 694, by the way. This was the only time I died. The only reason it's in hardcore world is just to make death feel more punishing. I want to die the least amount of times possible in this world. So this isn't a hardcore world. But, I mean, I really shouldn't have died. Here, let me show you how I died. So, for this gunpowder farm right here, you gotta go up into the sky, right? Because that's how Java Edition works. But, in order to get down, I have this gigantic pit that you can fall in. Surely you can't miss this, right? Well, for some reason, when I let go of the W key, because I was fiddling around with my keys doing this, right? Because what else are you supposed to do when you're free falling into a 7x7 pit of water? But for some reason, when I let go of the W key, it wouldn't stop moving. I landed right here, and I died. I shouldn't have died. I am fully convinced I died to a bug. So technically, this is still hardcore world. Technically, but I mean, I don't really care. I just want this to be a new forever world that I can come to whenever I feel like it, and I don't really have to worry about that stuff. So, now that that's out of the way, I feel like I need to give you guys a tutorial. I'm gonna tour you around this world before we get into the video. So obviously, this is my house. Temporarily. You'll see what I do to the place. It is going to look awesome. We have the essentials. We got a storage room transport. I'll show you that in a sec. Workstations, jumbled, crumbled chests. You know, the essentials. Stuff that you really, really need. But down here is the basement. Now, I plan to expand this basement so much. You guys have no idea. This basement is going to be like 10 times bigger than my actual house when I'm done with it. I love having gigantic basements that are just like completely over the top. I love it. However, the only thing that I have in here at the moment is this little carrot farm for the villagers, and I also have the storage, which is currently very unfinished. I barely even added items to sort. This doesn't go down the whole hallway. As you can see, it's kind of undecorated. That's because I'm planning to have another row of chests up here. But building giant item sorters, it just takes so long. Like, if you've ever done it before, you know what I'm talking about. This takes forever. I'll be making videos on this world occasionally, but as I said, this is my forever world. I want to, like, truly enjoy it. So I'm not going to be making videos constantly. I'll only be making videos whenever I have a giant project, and finishing this storage room is gonna be one of them. Oh, I've also got a little trash can here. I'm thinking of moving this further down, because when tons of items burn, it just gets really, really loud. But yeah, that is the house. At least, for now it is. But anyways, out here, you might have noticed this structure in the back. Now, this is a villager breeder. The villager breeder used to be here, but I realized that it was too close to my house, and this is gonna get a lot bigger when I, you know, rebuild it, as the title should say. So yeah, the villager breeder was way too close, so I had to tear it down and rebuild it. And fun fact, I actually just did that today, and I think this might be one of the greatest builds I've ever made. Look at it. Look at all the life around here, and you'll see very quickly that this is the mega library. So if we walk in here, we can see I actually furnished this place. I just furnished this a few hours ago. We got tables and chairs with candles. Yeah, as you can see, this is a library. The workstations are gonna look something like this. It's a little bit botched, but what can you do? We got the golden dandelion, which is a golden dandelion. I don't know why all of the villagers love congregating around the left staircase, but I'm gonna leave them to it. Up here, we have got the actual breeder, which is super cool. I haven't seen many people combine these two builds. But yeah, that is the mega library. Now, right here, as I said, it is a gunpowder farm. It's a pretty fast gunpowder farm for how simple it was to build. And I could expand this up as high as I wanted to make it even faster, but I just don't need to because it's that good. Over here, we got a dingy little snow farm. Oh yeah, speaking of snow golems, back in the mega library, all the way in the back where the villagers fall down, I actually added 2 librarian desks here. The glass is just so that the villagers don't walk in and get stuck, because there's honey blocks under this carpet, in order to keep Frosty the librarian and Zeeky Boogie Doog from escaping, and also so they don't click the pressure plate and break their computer. This thing, it's kind of out of place with how far away it is. I might move it into my basement, but this is the ultimate generator. It gets stone and cobblestone so fast. The only bad thing is that the redstone underground just breaks a lot, and I have to replace it every time I use this farm. But I used it for like half an hour 4 months ago, and I've never even had to consider using it again, so yeah, it's a pretty good farm. We got a little concrete converter. Fun fact, I've never actually used this for concrete. I use it for converting things like stone into cobblestone and stuff like that. I've never even used concrete at all in this world. I'll get to it at some point. We've got an iron farm here. It's a very simple iron farm, but it gets me a bunch of iron. A nice little chunk loader, so these two things can run while I'm not in the area. You'll find me using tons of those ender pearl chunk loaders over there in that desert, because that's my farming district. We're not going to go to the Nether yet, because I have something very exciting in there. But, yeah, I'm going to try to run through these next few things very quickly. So this is my tree farm. I ran it for 15 minutes 2 months ago, and I've never even had to consider running it again. It is ridiculously fast. I'm pretty sure it gets like 63,000 logs per hour. It's insane. Over here is my little moss bamboo farm. Also, if you're wondering what's in the end at all, my end portal is super far away in that direction. I'm probably gonna make a nether travel thing to get there at some point, but I haven't done that yet. All that's in there, though, is a little dingy shulker farm that you've probably seen plenty of times, so yeah. Over here in my farming district, I've built plenty of little farms that get me way too many items way too quickly. So here we've got a big old sugarcane farm, a tiny little wool farm that gets me so much wool that I don't even know what to do with it. We got a little dripstone farm. Actually, how's this been doing? Pretty good. This is a pumpkin farm. It's a massive pumpkin farm. It gets you so many pumpkins. I'm actually filling up the storage pretty quickly. And then over here, this is my most recent farm, other than the lava farm, which I just fixed because it was broken for some reason. This is my honeycomb farm, and I got so much honeycomb so quickly. I actually had to make an on-off switch for this farm. because it was working too well. Yeah, that's pretty much everything in the overworld that I've done so far. I also have a giant cave in that mesa that I go to for dripstone all the time. Or not dripstone, deep slate. I'll probably go there at some point. I might need more deep slate for this build that I'm about to do, actually. But only time will tell. Because we are going to the Nether and prepare to see the most beautiful thing ever. Because this is my glorious Nether hub. Isn't it beautiful? I designed the entire thing myself. This is probably the most complex and awe-striking looking build I have ever made. It is insane. I was just winging it the entire time, and it looks absolutely stunning. And we've got a tunnel leading straight up to the Nether roof. I popped a few totems, breaking all this bedrock, and it was an absolute nightmare. Right here, we've got a little basalt farm that's so unbelievably fast. I haven't even had to build an AFK method for it. It's just so fast. And here we have a bit of a bartering farm. It's a pretty slow bartering farm, but it gets the job done. However, this way, going south, the way the bartering farm, or no, basalt farm is pointing, I've got a gold farm going here. And the reason I'm so proud of this build is because I designed the killing chamber myself. We got powdered snow to negate fall damage. This lava pushes I said it pushes them into the killing chamber. Yes, it's this lever. You'll see. It neatly pushes them all into the entity cramming chamber, which is awesome. I love this thing. And I designed it all on my own with the new Java redstone. I'm pretty proud of it, if you couldn't tell. And if we flick this lever, it automatically crafts the gold into ingots. I'm probably going to end up making it turn into blocks, because this gold farm is actually really, really fast. But yeah, I just love dropping down and flying straight into this beautiful, stunning Nether hub. It's awesome. That's pretty much a full tour of my world so far. It's only been 600 days. I haven't done any substantial progress. I've mostly just been cracking on with getting more villagers, making the storage, and preparing for the build that I'm about to begin today, which is super exciting. I've had this build in mind for quite a while, and if you were wondering what this new house is going to be, well, we are building a volcano house. Now, this is not an original idea at all, but I've actually never built anything like this. By the way, do you like my redstone villager chamber? But yeah, I've actually never built anything like a volcano. I did build one in my test world, but that's a creative world, so yeah, I've never done anything like this in survival. Honestly, I'm very, very skeptical to actually begin this project. I actually made a backup of my world just in case. But yeah, I'm gonna set up a bunch of chests out here. That should be more than enough. And I'm gonna begin tearing down my house. So with that, I have to say my final goodbyes to this house. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot. If you're wondering how mobs aren't spawning in the darker areas of my world, that's because I actually built a mob switch a while back. It is time I tear this place to shreds. Rest in peace, Secret Razor Z's house. You have to think about it. Just a few minutes ago, I was living in this, and now it's just ruins. Oh, Jackie. Okay, I gotta get you out of here. Okay, for now you can just come over here and live with my chests, as I continue to get rid of what used to be home. I'm gonna miss this old place, but it was too small for me. So I think this, yeah, this is the very center of that hole. This is where I'm gonna elytra into my base. I'm also gonna have a door facing either of these directions, and look at that, just like that, it's all gone. My house is gone. I don't have a house anymore. I'm not crying, I'm just shedding tears. And this is how big the top of the volcano has to be. It can be taller than this. In fact, it should preferably be taller than this. But this is just how wide it has to be. Okay, I found my shulker of deep slate bricks and chiseled deep slate. These are some of the blocks that I need. I also need obsidian. Luckily for me, a little bit ago, I built a tiny little quick obsidian farm, and I ran it for quite a bit. So in this chest, oh yeah, we got loads of obsidian. Let me grab all that. And I think the rest of my materials should be in my house. Oh wait, no, I need blackstone, which is at my bartering farm. I just realized I built this all a bit off center. That's gonna be an absolute pain to fix. That actually wasn't that bad at all. That took me like a minute. I'm gonna get myself smooth basalt. That's what it is. Which is all the way down this hallway, right here. That's the best part of me holding off this video. It's because you guys don't have to watch me farm a bunch of items, which is probably pretty boring. And look at all this blackstone. Let's just grab as much of it as possible. Alright, and it appears as though I have everything I need to finally begin. My heart just sank while I was saying that. First, I need a bunch of smooth basalt and deep slate bricks. Now that we've established that, I have to go out 20-something blocks. It can be 20 anything. Okay, yeah, 28 blocks will work just fine. I was a little bit worried that it would interfere with the gunpowder farm. So yeah, I will need to conform this land around the volcano. And I say that is job not well done. If you think that's job well done, you're a loser. Still have to terraform it, you idiot. I think the terraforming project is pretty much complete. Okay, now we can continue the process. Some might call it the blast process. You might see where I'm going with this. I'm basically just making like a light to dark gradient almost. Alright, so this is how high up it's gonna be. It is now connected up with this ring, which is exactly what we want. And how does the gradient look? Oh, it looks pretty good. Yeah. Now I just have to do the same exact thing with these sides as well. So yeah, I will get to work. Alright, the second little chicken leg is done. You can't really see it because it's dark. Let me sleep. Now you can see the second leg is done. And I think I have successfully done that one as well. Oh, that looks like a volcano. Yo. Oh no, I'm gonna have to tear this thing down. I thought it was out of the way. Yeah, that's the whole thing. We now have the outline of it, kind of, almost. The reason I say kind of almost is because, well, that's not the finished design. It doesn't look natural. Now it's the fun task of screwing up this circle that I just made. Because, you know, nature is all funky and strange. A perfect circle just isn't natural. And the outline is officially done. Jeez, this is gonna be huge. Alright, we have completed the gigantic circle. I suppose it is now time we begin building up. This is taking forever. I'm not even halfway there on the second ring. The saving grace about this, though, is that every ring is going to get slightly easier to create because they all get thinner and thinner as it goes on. Oh, we've officially passed day 700. Let's go. I am running out of smooth basalt. This is the last two and a half stacks. I'm getting pretty tired. I've been working on this for 2 hours. I might stop soon, but I do kind of want to get the second and third layer done today, because those are probably the hardest layers to do. Yeah, as you can see, the third ring is exponentially smaller than the first one. Anyways, we've technically finished the third layer, and I've also linked it up with the hill, so now building should be a lot more smooth sailing. And that is it. I am completely out of the smooth basalts. This is not good at all. As you can see, I've made some fairly good progress, but this is like nothing. So you know what? I'm probably gonna go to the basalt farm and call it quits for today because this is just exhausting. Although it is pretty fun just getting to see it all come together. This is gonna be an awesome project. I can just see it. And just see how much basalt I can get in like 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 1 minute. I feel like if I sat there for 5 minutes, my pickaxe would have broken. That's how fast this farm is. See, I told you this thing is just so overwhelmingly fast. And because I wasn't there at the basalt farm for nearly as much time, I'm gonna go do something else instead, and that is come to this neat little XP farm that I've got. I even modified the design so it can be fully AFKable. It was actually quite easy. All of my tools and armor have been topped up. I even got everything in the shulker box repaired. And that is all the progress I'll be making today. Guys, trust me, this was a lot more hard work than it looks like. I will be back tomorrow. See you guys later. Yeah, let's just continue building. I don't really know what to say. Day 2. Alright, this layer is now done, so let's just continue building up, I guess. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of some super awesome dude building his house as a volcano in the middle of the night. Alright, that's another layer finished. And would you look at that, all of my smooth basalt is done smelting. This should be way, way more than enough to finish the project. And I might even have enough deep slate bricks. It's all looking very, very nice. Alright, now the 5th layer is done. We're now beginning to completely phase out the smooth basalt. I still can't believe I've actually gotten around to building this in survival. Also, Mr. Happy Ghast, I think I'm gonna have to move you. Here, you can live right there. 6 layers are done. We have almost completely phased out the smooth basalt. And I feel like you guys are getting kind of bored of this, so I'll just do progress reports every now and then. Cue a montage. Alright, quick old progress report. With this layer now being finished, the smooth basalt has officially been phased out. We can start just only doing deep slate bricks, is what I would say if there wasn't a slight problem. These 2 stacks of deep slate bricks, they're my last 2 stacks of deep slate bricks. I don't have any more anywhere else. So yeah, remember that cave that I was talking about where I get all my deep slate from? We're going there right now. That said cave is right over here in the mesa, and if we fly down and turn around, look at that. As you can see, I've already made a gigantic hole where I'm getting more deep slate. I don't know where those fences came from. And you know what? This is probably extremely, extremely boring. So, boom! Yeah, as you can see, we dug quite a tunnel here. I actually ran into more tough than deep slate, however, so yeah, we're gonna have to do another one. Now we'll just have to see how this one looks. Boom! Look at how deep that hole is. You can't even see the bottom. The only reason I stopped is because I hit bedrock. We should now have enough deep slates to finish the deep slate layers, so let's go do that. Quick progress report. I have begun mixing the chiseled deep slate and deep slate bricks, which is pretty cool. And I'm sure that this will look pretty dang cool. So, boom! It may not look like a lot was done, but that was like half an hour of my life right there. And with that, I shall restock my inventory on fireworks and golden carrots, because you never really want to run out of those items. And I'll be back later. Not tomorrow, but later. Alright, I'm back. I don't even know what to say. Let's just continue. Hopefully I've still got the flow of things. I would say I'm so tired of this project around this time, but honestly, I'm not. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know why. Anyways, I'll just get cracking on, and I will do a progress report when that little area is done. And by little area, I mean the spot where the deep slate bricks and chiseled deep slate start to mix. I want to get to the blackstone before I do another progress report. go. We are officially done with that section of the gigantic volcano. And look at how awesome it looks. And don't worry, the smooth basalt and the deep slate bricks, the deep slate bricks kind of look a little bit lighter than the smooth basalt, but it'll look better when the lava's in. These just look more like lava-ified rocks, and these don't. But I guess for now, we just continue building, and I will see you when all of the chiseled deep slate is completely phased out. Boo, and, I can't really do that. I did one more layer, but I'm gonna need a lot more chiseled deep slate if I want to finish that, thing. Also, oh no, I gotta do something quick. Here, I'll just craft 2 more blocks of it. Basically, I'm just gonna put everything away and try my hardest to fill this entire shulker. And I'm not just gonna do 1 hole of deep slate. I'm gonna do 2. Also, I've just realized that this hole isn't wide enough. And we're gonna do yet another jump cut sequence because I think they're pretty cool. Shaboom! Kablam! We got quite a bit of deep slate and some diamonds from that. So instead of going back down there, I'm just gonna continue with the gigantic hole I've been mining out. Would you look at that? We've already found some diamonds. Oh, it's loads of them. Alright, it's probably a bit hard to tell, but I've made this hole 2 blocks deeper. Let me make the staircase reflect that, actually. I've also gone completely overkill on deep slate. I do not need this much, though I guess the more the merrier. Also, how insane does that look coming up from far away? And now I know exactly where all of the little bits are gonna connect up to. But yes, I can continue working on the task of finishing the chiseled deep slate to blackstone gradient. I am enjoying this for some reason. It's so repetitive. It's literally just, ooh, what's over there? We place it over here. Like, what? Oh, I could get used to that any day. Also, this volcano is actually quite a bit taller than the one that I made in my test world. So yeah, this is pretty different. However, real quick, what I'm gonna go do is I want to repair my elytra and especially my pickaxe at the good old XP farm because I don't want those to break. Oh my god, it's gonna look absolutely incredible. Alright, everything has successfully been repaired. And you know what? I've worked on this volcano for quite a long time today. A combined total of probably like 4 hours or something. So, I think that's all I'm gonna be doing for today. I'll probably end up coming back tomorrow, most likely, but that concludes day 2 of the project. Alright, it's officially the next day. I don't feel like I need any commentary, let's just begin. And look, the beacon, it's getting very, very close to being cut off. Because this layer is going to be barely any chiseled deep slate, and this layer is going to be only a few chiseled deep slate. And then, we've completely phased it out. And that is the final stretch of the volcano. And unfortunately, this is the sad moment that must unveil. Goodbye, my beacon. And with that, chiseled deep slate has officially been phased out. I collected most of this deep slate in here for absolutely nothing, but I guess it could be useful in the future. I can't wait for this project to be done. It's already looking so sick. And you know what? From on top of the tree farm, let's do a cool little thing where I show you layer by layer what's going on. And with that epic montage done, we only have 10 layers to go, and then the exterior is complete, other than the lava. Alright, that layer is now done. We now only have 9 layers to go. And as soon as I'm done sleeping, that marks the mark where okay, I only have 8 rings left. Anyways, that is yet another layer done. And this is the final layer with blackstone in it. From there on, it's all just gonna be obsidian. And with that, blackstone is officially gone. I can go put it away. And we've only got 6 more layers to go. I'm telling you, this is the end game. And god, just placing it next to the obsidian, you can see how far the gradient comes. Only 5 more layers to go. Well, not if I do it like that. There we go. And with that, there's only 4 layers remaining. There's only 2 layers remaining. I'm so excited. And my friends, I don't believe it, but the volcano exterior is now complete. Holy cow. This thing, oh, wait, no. Now, it is officially complete. Every side is done this time, and holy cow, this thing looks insane! I'm so happy with how this turned out. Now all I have to do is add some pillars like this on the sides, and now it truly does look like a gigantic volcano. Actually, on second thought, I'm gonna raise this entire thing up by a block. I had to do this in my test world too, just so it looks like it's popping out a little bit more. And let's see the final result. Oh yeah, now that looks way better. But it really isn't a volcano without a bunch of lava, you know? Like, it's just a big mountain with a hole in it. And if you do recall, over at the farming district, I have a lava farm. Yes, it's perfect. And my inventory is completely full. Nice. God, doesn't that look so incredible? So yeah, we got a shulker box full and all of this. I'll be back later because honestly, I just want to take a break from this right now. Although I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I might need another day. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need another day. I want this to be a lot more furnished than my old house. And I also want it to be quite a bit bigger because, you know, it's a gigantic volcano. It has to be bigger. But yeah, I guess that's all for right now. And actually, just before I get off, I want to make some final modifications to this thing. Because honestly, it looks a bit silly right now. Alright, and with those final modifications in place, it should look a little bit less goofy. Yeah, that looks better. That looks a lot better, actually. The main problem was that the volcano has an upward slope, but at the very top, it sloped down. So, it looked really weird and funky. But yeah, now I am, in fact, gonna get out of here. Just for now. I'll see you guys either later or tomorrow. I don't know. Alright, so I did indeed want to play later. Now, what I'm gonna do is I will just fill in the land that must be filled in. There we go, that's one bit of land filled in. I put some grass splotches in here just to make it spread a little bit quicker. And as you can see, the grass is already beginning to spread pretty quickly. That is another landmass filled in. I think it looks pretty neat. And yeah, by the looks of things, that is the last thing that I'm gonna need to terraform, which is pretty nice. Oh, that was clean. That was nice. Actually, why am I putting dirt here? This should be glass. And I want to place it everywhere except for this ring. And you know what? I've had a change of heart. I'm gonna make this glass all one block lower. Actually, wait. I might have to move this up a layer. Oh my god. Because if I want it to spill over the edge, it'd have to be right here, actually. And now it's time that we add in the lava. Look at that, I barely had enough. I guess it's time I pay another visit to the lava farm, because I'm gonna need a lot more lava than that. Now I do just want to quickly nip back into my storage room, because I'm gonna want some wood and sticks, and also, yeah, the magma. I did not know where that magma was. If I didn't just find it there, I would have never found it. All will be revealed shortly. First, it'll start with a tiny little pool, and I'll slowly expand it until it is the size that I am happy with. That's pretty good. It didn't have to be anything insane. Okay, that's how I thought you crafted them. I'll make 5 for now, because they're quite expensive. Grab some blackstone and some basalt. I'm gonna line the edges with blackstone, and then everything else will be basalt. Fun fact, in the test volcano, I didn't even add lava pools. It just kind of came to mind while I was in the middle of building the volcano, and then I realized, oh my god, why don't I have this yet? The magma is going to be in little sections around the lava pool, and then underneath the lava in some spots, I'm gonna have campfires. And this is the main reason I added a bunch of land around here, so I can add these lava pools. But now I have to spill lava over the volcano without causing any destruction to the land around. Oh no. Okay, that went a lot farther than I wanted it to. Holy cow, this looks so awesome. Not too sure how I'm gonna end up containing all of the lava, but I guess I'll figure it out somehow. I always figure it out somehow. Okay, I've made a direct path into the lava pit. Hopefully this works. There is a little tiny bit over here, but honestly I couldn't care. Oh, that's cool how there's some particles on the lava. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I can have the doors there and there like I was planning to, but I can have the lava flowing on the sides where the doors aren't. So that way it's just easier to make them. Ooh. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm so glad the lava flowing mechanics are so weird. Dude, that looks sick. Holy cow. There we go, that's much better. Holy peak. Holy peak. Alright, I just realized I haven't been saying much of anything, but I finished the second lava pool. It's pretty coolio. I can actually just stand up here and wait for all of the lava to come down. So that would make a pretty cool time lapse, don't you think? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And unfortunately, I am suffering from success a bit here. Alright, there we go. And there we go! Let's go! The lava falls are now done, and holy cow, they add so much to the volcano. It looks awesome! It looks amazing! This is the most incredible project I've ever done. This is genuinely so good. Now what I want to do is add the doorways, just because, you know, gotta get those out of the way. Man, you gotta think, I'm gonna be living in here. Like, probably forever. Also, if you're wondering how my glass looks super nice and connected like this, it's because I have the connectivity mod, which runs with fabric. So yeah, I will not be installing Fulbright because that seems like a kind of cheaty move, but this is making me really want to. That looks so awesome at night, oh my god. And I think it's almost officially been 50 days since I started this project. Not IRL days, Minecraft days. I feel like I have to specify that. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We had more than enough. Way more than enough, actually. It's gonna look so sick when there's lava in there. In fact, let's go get some of that lava. Alright, there we go. One entire section of lava is now done. Well, that's my lava farm completely stripped dry. However, I did always have a plan B. You see, I have an obsidian farm out here. I either told you or I didn't. And this obsidian farm, it's not completely automatic. It takes up loads of lava buckets, which should be, yes, topping up the storage completely. Alright, that's probably not going to be enough lava to fuel the farm, but oh well. Also, why did I say fuel the farm? I meant fill the volcano. What on earth? Look at how far the amount of lava that I brought has gotten me. Alright, I am going to have to go for now. I will be back in just a second. And I'll probably end up finishing this lava roof and then logging out for the day. Alright, I am officially back. I was just eating dinner, so yeah, I can begin once again. Alright, I did bring enough lava, but now comes the daunting question that I've just been avoiding. How on earth am I gonna get out of here? Alright, that was very easy, actually. And we're all good. And holy cow, that looks so sick. Not too big of a fan of the fact that rain can still come through here. Actually, I have a solution for that. Dude, what is height limit? Isn't it 319? Oh, that's ball knowledge. Okay. I think I just build out 4 blocks, and then 3 blocks this way. And yep, no more rain coming in here. And I've actually had a change of heart about these doors, and now they're double doors. And just in time for the rain to stop, too. Wow, does that look incredible. So this is what my house looked like at the beginning of the video, and this is what it looks like now. Isn't it awesome? Well, actually, no it isn't, because a house isn't a home if there's nothing in it. It's just a shell right now. I finished the exterior of the volcano for real this time. I will do the furnishings at some point this week. Maybe not tomorrow, I have some things going on tomorrow, but this week. And I can't wait to do it all. Okay, so I'm not too sure why, but I did play just a few minutes ago. For some reason, Outplayed, like, recorded it super weird and squished the clip completely. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it. So basically, what I did in the short period of time I was playing was I basically just outlined the house. There is going to be an upstairs area. I haven't finished that yet, but this thing is going to be completely massive. So yeah, I guess that's what happened. Pretty sure I fixed the issue. If I didn't, it's gonna be an absolute pain to edit that out. But yeah, I'm just going to try and get this outline done. And with some final modifications, I'd say that the main outline for my house is officially done. It is ginormous, but it is so awesome. So now I guess all that has to be done is that I gather up the materials for the house. Let's do this! Okay, I was very skeptical at first, but this looks super good. This doesn't look half bad. What's this all about? What's going on here? I have no idea, but I guess 3 redstone torches. How long have these redstone torches been down there? So, what do you guys think about Zoink's face reveal? I feel like nobody really talks about that anymore. I know it happened quite a long time ago, but he was like one of those super iconic faceless YouTubers. And then he just face revealed out of nowhere, and people talked about it for a week and then stopped talking about it. Like, why is that not a common topic of discussion in the GD community? I feel like I'm just ever so slowly doing this semi-section by semi-section at a time. But you know what? I'm still enjoying this. I'm still enjoying my time building my house, because this is my dream house. I've always wanted to live in a volcano. I've had this idea for so long. It's just I've never been good enough to build it, and now I am. You know, that's character development right there. What does matter is the fact that this is my last pale moss carpet. Yep, we are officially out. It doesn't matter that much because they're super easy to farm, but it's like a minor inconvenience. So, you guys like Geometry Dash? The only conversation starter right now. I feel like this is super boring. Like, even I'm starting to get a little bit bored. And I'm the one who's actually interacting with this place, so... And watch this, I can do a magic trick. All of this will be filled in 3, 2, 1, boom! Wasn't that cool? Because you haven't seen me done that at all this video. Also, did I say haven't seen me done that? Anyways, alright, progress report. I finished this little section. That's the end of the progress report. Alright, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think the entire floor is now done, of course, except for the pale moss. There we go. And I'll just turn the farm on. No! That's not good. I think that might have been my last piece of pale moss. Okay, what do I do? Yes! Okay, I have some. Let's go! And look at what we're getting. We're getting not only pale moss blocks, but also the carpets. I've got plenty of the carpets now. Holy cow. The floor will now be done as soon as I add in these pale moss carpets. Oh yeah, look at how nice the floor looks. Now I will finally get started on the walls. Okay, so in every one of these corners, I want to have pale oak logs. Yeah, can you tell that I kind of really love the pale kind of setup? Yeah, like on these walls, where it's just a giant strip of planks, I'm definitely going to have some kind of design. Stupid ant. You know, I feel like it's kind of too late to say this. I'm not too sure how much I like these. This is what trial and error is all about. Like, I feel like I'd rather have indents in the walls than designs on the walls. Or, like, paintings or something. I feel like what I want to do right now is just put on the roof and see what happens from there. Actually, you know what? That looks nice. I feel like I haven't been saying much, but, like, this is not really much content to do anything with. I feel like I can't do much with what I'm doing right now. So yeah, my apologies, but there's kind of like nothing I can do. Does that look good? Ooh, that looks pretty good. I like that. Ooh la la. I don't know if I'll be able to do the same thing over here, but I really want to. Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. I like that. So what I'm thinking we can do right here is we can have glowstone and then paintings that hide the glowstone and some flower pots here. Oh, I think that would look so good. But yeah, we can also do the same thing over here. Because if there's anything I value in a build, it is symmetry. I love making things symmetrical. Alright, there we go. Oh, what are you guys doing here? I feel like this is the second time in the video I've seen these guys. Oh, that's why I just took so much damage. I didn't even have my chest plate on. Alright, I'm probably gonna throw in these last few details and call it quits for today. And it is now day 744 once I'm done sleeping. That is crazy. I've spent so long on this project, and yet it's only been like less than a week. That's just how much I've been playing. Yeah, I do like this. And I will leave off in here. I'll be back tomorrow to continue building. I don't know if I'll finish, but I'll continue building. We got a lot of progress done today, I'll be honest. It takes me a very long time to furnish the inside of buildings for some reason. It's just a weird quirk that I have. So, yeah, I feel like I've gotten a lot done today. It's been a few hours of playtime, and yeah, I can't wait for this to be done. It'll be done either tomorrow or the day after that, I feel. Yeah, but we'll see. See ya, for today at least. Alright, we are back again today. Let's just continue building. Okay, so I've officially decided that one thing that I really want to do is I want to have these poles expand outwards and, like, just kind of act as support beams going down the entire room. And then the roof can be 1 block higher than the support beams, so let's do that. Just to make the build feel a little bit more grounded in reality. Okay, I don't know if I want these on all sides, so, what was my idea here? Well, I want to put candles on top of these, just for a little bit of extra lighting. I feel like I never really use honeycomb for anything but candles. Like, I don't really use copper that much. Let's head back home. I still can't get over how awesome this place looks. And I have to be careful and make sure I don't accidentally burn down my house. Oh, doesn't that look nice? It adds just a little bit more life. If I just grab some of my glowstone, we can do something like this. And there we go. It is still looking just a bit barren. Stripped pale oak logs can help out with that. Alright, I do think the tiny detail adds something. Yeah, no, that looks trash. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, and I'll copy and paste this design. If I think of anything, I'll use it, but... Alright, this place is really starting to come together, honestly. And there we go, all of the roofs are now done. At least in here. Yep, we still got all this out here to do. I don't know how much I like how close the lava is, but I can always move this thing if it ends up burning down. These spots are mainly going to be for things like ender chests and beds, just like convenience type stuff. You know what? It could be cool to have like interchanging lanterns and stuff. Secret Razor Z, what on earth are you talking about? So like, we can have candles here. 1, 2, 3. Lantern there. Oh yeah, that worked out pretty nice. The only thing is, I am going through logs and planks quite quickly now. But there's no problem, because I ran that tree farm for quite a while all those days ago, and I have plenty of wood down here. And, okay, I really don't want to delve into these shulkers, but I feel like I have to right now. Oh, and I can just come up here and into my new beautiful house that's not quite finished yet, but it's still beautiful. Alright, quick report. I have been just locking in on these logs. I've done quite a bit of them, although I don't truly know if I'm doing them right, and I feel like there's no real way to tell. Now what I want to do is see if I have a stack of string. If I do, I'll make a stack of candles, because I'm gonna need a bunch of them. Doesn't seem like I have much string. I know I have some at the bartering farm still. Oh my god, I was not expecting all this. Not like that. And I have to be careful and make sure I don't accidentally burn down my house. Trapdoors really are just awesome. I love trapdoors. They're some of my favorite blocks. So you know what? I'm gonna get a move on, and I'm just gonna do all of these little corridors and the staircases. And by little corridors, I mean these areas. Alright, I've got these 2 roofs in. I think they look pretty cool. Pretty similar to my other ones, which is, you know, tying everything together. So, let's get the rest of these roofs in. I'm pretty sure every single roof in this downstairs area is done. But anyways, the stairs are done. I can actually use these torches Oh yeah, I do think this looks pretty good. And there we go. That is another one of these little staircases done. And I feel like I'm not giving you guys enough content right now, so... Bazinga! There we go. That is another one of these staircases done. I think I might be ready to start the upstairs. Ooh, actually, you know what I should do first? I should make this transition better. Because right now, it's just nothing. So I guess what I should have said is I should make this transition... You know what? I'll just build. It's not much, but, I mean, it's something. What else can I do? And the main reason I brought all these stone bricks and blackstone is because that's the main theme of the upstairs. It's gonna be a blackstone kind of theme. Oh, I love this place. Oh, I can't express how much I love it so far. I feel like I really haven't been saying it, but the main reason why is because I feel like I would be too annoying. This place is awesome. I love it. And the purpose of this hole is so that if I want to, I can fly either into the top section or the bottom section. I have an option. Yeah, as you can see, I want this roof to be super high. Alright, now the entire floor is filled in. It'll look super nice when I add in all the lights. I want these walls to expand up pretty high because they can. Alright, yeah. Still not all that sure what I'm going to use for the roof yet, though. Because I don't want to just directly copy the block set used in my basement. I don't want to use deep slate tiles as the roof. Okay, you know what? I'll think about it. And while I do, I'm just going to get some lights in the floor. So we're going to have something like this with glass on top. Yeah, I quite like that. Looks pretty stylish. Oh, especially from over here. And with that, the floor lights are all in. I still haven't truly figured out what I want to do for the roof yet, which is kind of sad. What if we do polished blackstone slabs? Hear me out, that could be cool. And yes, now this place is fully complete, except up there. I'm so excited. And I'm not gonna fully furnish the house in this video, because I kind of want to do that on my own time. However, with these final stone bricks being placed, I can say with confidence that the volcano house is now done. Holy cow. I might actually end up replacing all these stone bricks with the glass with the lava in it, but I'm not too sure yet. It depends on whether or not I'm gonna have wood down here. But yes, where are the staircases? Oh, look at that. The trapdoors, they point towards the staircases. And we can come up here. Oh, it's wonderful. I can't wait to put stuff in here. Let's get all these random things out of here. That is a mission accomplished. Look at how incredible this place is. I seriously cannot believe that I was able to build something as stunning as this. As I said, I will, like, fully move into the place. Like, move everything inside my house at a later date, because I feel like this video's runtime is already a bit too long. But I love the volcano, especially the top. I love the smoke in the lava pools. I love the lava flowing down. I love all of it. I also might end up making the stone around the lava a bit darker. I feel like people will end up suggesting that. But that is how I fully rebuilt my house as a volcano in my forever world, Bliss. However, was that truly the end? Okay. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I felt like I just had to. Remember how I said I was going to furnish the inside of the volcano at a later date? Well, I'll show you what that furnishing looks like. As you can see, those indents in the walls I was talking about, I was not kidding. The only indent that I've actually filled in so far is this one and this one. They're both the task board, because I feel like I had to keep this alive. We've also got tons and tons of creeper heads everywhere. You'll see loads of these as I'm walking around. But yeah, we've just got littler ones, of course, hiding the glowstone. I don't know what I'm gonna put in these tiny ones, but maybe like chests or something. Probably some flower pots, I don't know. More creeper heads, and the indents are completely symmetrical, so we've got the same ones over here, just minus the task board. And as you can see, I have added more paintings. We've got this one. I just basically went through and made the best ones, in my opinion. And I do actually have secret rooms behind these. The only one I filled in so far is this one, where I put my cat, Jackie. You probably saw her earlier in the video. And also, you guys want to see something really cool? Ta-da! That's what powdered snow under carpet does for you. And if you're wondering what this is all about, I put some beacons down here that will blink on and off, and it's just long enough to give you the effects, which is really, really cool. I'm proud of myself for inventing this, because I actually designed it myself. Now, moving upstairs, I haven't added much in here. I plan to add more indents in these walls, but, of course, we have to add more creeper heads. And I put some brewing stands up here. These indents on these walls on all 4 sides. But that's pretty much it. Except, you might have noticed this door and that door over there. One of them has a green carpet and another has a red carpet. We got the same powdered snow trick right here, by the way. Anyways, the green door represents the way up, and the red door over here represents the way down, of course with more powdered snow under carpets. But if we go up here, you'll see, I made a completely new room that was not shown in the video. This is the vault. This entire place was basically just an entire spot where I can store all my valuables. I haven't actually filled these chests yet, but this one will be for emeralds, this one for redstone, this one for diamonds, and this one for gold. And of course, we've got the glorious piles of valuables here. I actually just built this today. And you'll see, I was not stingy on these valuables. Underneath these, where you can't even see the blocks, I added gold. Like, I filled these in entirely. You'll see it's not just that one. It's also this one entirely filled in. I even put diamond blocks in these piles. I wasn't about to get stingy for 1 second. But yeah, that is pretty much all of the furnishings I have added so far. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. I love just running through and slowly walking downstairs, seeing all of the beautiful, glorious things that I've built, and just flying straight out. But yeah, that is actually the end of the video. For real this time. I will see you guys in the next one, and have a great day. Secret Razor Z, out. Peace.
Geometry Dash.